Hello, my sweet friends. This is Tracy. Thank you so much for stopping by for today's video. I am sharing my version of the splatter screen wreaths that are so popular right now. They're in all of the groups and there are a couple of videos here on YouTube. So I am supporting those fellow YouTubers. Community over competition. I will have my inspiration linked below. So if you will check that out, you can find it in the description box. So let me show you how I put my twist on these very popular splatter screen wreaths. Okay, here are the items that I pulled out to begin my work. Two of the placemats, one of the splatter screens, a sign from the Dollar Tree. I pulled out this ribbon as well as these florals. Now, once I got into my project, I decided to use this bunch of floral from Walmart as well as this red truck sign from the Dollar Tree. This is the little tag from the placemats so that you can look for it if you would like to at Hobby Lobby. There's 4 placemats in here. They're $9.99 and of course they're 40% off. So what I did to get started, I just have 2 placemats. I've decided to do 2 because it looks a little better. It provides a little more decorative and also give some stability. So I'm just going to put those together. But before I do that, I want to wrap some string around my handle, and I'm using some jute string. Now I got this bundle at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Walmart as well. And I just hot glued it around the handle. First, I added a hanger. I just take so much, cut it off, and just add a hanger to the top, just threading it through that little hole there in the top. These pink finger caps are silicone finger caps and they are a finger saver. I love them. I have several sets in that little pink cup and so I just pull them out. There are a couple of different sizes in the package. You can find them in the craft store, anywhere that glue products are sold, or I will have a link in the description below if you want to check them out on Amazon. Anyway, so what I'm doing here is I am just wrapping it around, kind of putting a dot of hot glue as I go to kind of hold it in place. And then it's a little tricky once you get to the end. I just kind of continue to wrap it around and put lots of hot glue so that it stays in place. This is how I attached my 2 placemats to my screen. I kind of made a sandwich, and I have 4 chenille stems that I threaded through the back, and I'm going to close it in the front so that the wire is not sticking out, poking out of the back, and I just secure that, just threading it through, making sure that I have my screen in there and that everything is kind of lined up the way that I want it. You know me, I have to jazz up my little sign. So I have my black Sharpie marker and I'm gonna get my white paint and I'm just going to doodle up this a little bit just to give it a little more definition, because that's what I like to do, is put my own little touches on my projects and kind of look them as hand painted as possible. And so I just have some little white paint, just making some little highlights on the truck. Then I'm going to put it to the side to dry. Once that's dried, I put a coat of varnish. This is my favorite varnish to use. I get questions about that all of the time. I will have a link in the description below so that you can check it out if you would like to as well. All right, time to add my flowers. I have this bouquet from Walmart. This is $3 over there at the Walmart. And then this little bundle is $1 at the Dollar Tree. So I am not cutting any of my stems. I'm just layering my flowers on top of each other, and I will position them, spread them out a little bit later once I get my project finished. Those sunflowers are from the Dollar Tree. And then I have these berries that are pomegranates that are also from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just kind of layering everything together, and then I have a zip tie and I'm just going to zip tie all of those together. I'm using my needle nose pliers to kind of get a tight hold on that. That is one of my favorite tools in my craft room as well. And then I have this wire. I get this from the Dollar Tree in the automotive section, and I'm just going to attach it in 2 different places to the screen. Now later on I'm going to share that you're going to need to attach it up at the top because the flowers are a little bit top heavy. And this is what it looks like when it's attached to the screen. Then to add my sign, I cut off a portion of the stick, the little metal stick, and just stuck it in between the little placemats and the screen. And I didn't attach it with any other wire or anything, and it looks like it's gonna hold perfect. I cut off a couple of strips of this deco mesh in these colors. I thought it will look great with this little wreath, and just a couple of these burlap and ivory looking ones. I just have all this deco mesh in my craft room, so I decided to use some, and I'm just bunching it up, not doing anything in particular, just kind of doing a ruffle technique, just kind of bending it over so that you don't see those raw edges. And then now I'm just going to attach it to my screen. I'm going to put a chenille stem, and that is what's going to hold this little mesh in place. Your comments are so super sweet and make me feel so good when you tell me that you like my bows. This is what I do to make those bows. I have several different ribbons, but I layer them. And one of the tools that helps me with doing that is my little tiny attacher, little mini stapler that I keep in my craft room because it holds it together so that my loops don't unravel. So then when I get ready, then I can just bunch and hold everything together so that I don't have to hold everything in my hands because my fingers cramp up just like yours do. And so I don't hold everything at one time. I just layer it on top of each other. Once I get all of my ribbons trimmed, then I fluff out my bow. That is one of the most important things when you're doing a wreath, is to use wired ribbon and always fluff your bow. When I held up my wreath, it was just, the bouquet was just a little top heavy, so I added a piece of wire to the top of it to kind of secure it a little bit more. I did feel that my wreath was just a little top heavy there on the left-hand side. So I'm taking more flowers to try to balance it out a little bit. And if I recreate this project, I will definitely plan to do that from the very beginning, is to add some flowers, some stability to the bottom of where the bow is so that it kind of evens out the wreath and evens out the weight of it. Adding a little black and white buffalo check ribbon to the top is just what this little wreath needs. Just a few thoughts of, this is the first time that I made one of these splatter screen wreaths, and if I make one again, I will definitely balance the flowers a little bit more, because my flowers were all on the left side, and so therefore it was a little off balance. It was a little top heavy, so by adding those flowers at the bottom, I felt that it balanced it a little bit more so that it wouldn't hang crooked. Anyway, that's just some of the tips that I have, and if you try this as well, I would love it if you would share it with me over in my Country Charm free Facebook community. I will leave a link in the description box below so that you can join us over there and share your crafty ideas too. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will talk to you soon, and God bless.